All right, what's up, everybody? It's the Two Dudes Podcast. I'm Rick, that's Kevin, and you in for a treat today, especially if you like football, because this is the NFL Spectacular. Kevin, what's up, man?
Nothing much, sitting on the top of the bay drinking a nice cold glass of lemonade with this cold ass weather.
Hey, this weather is a trip. It was what,
Yeah.
90 degrees on Monday, 50 degrees on Tuesday, 50 degrees
Man,
what, man. And see, y'all just got to 50 degrees. Today and yesterday has been raining here too.
but we got a little rain. We got a little, not enough to talk about, but we got a little.
Yeah, and it's supposed to finally stop sometime tomorrow. So we'll see.
I don't know what's crazy. This weather or a woman's cycle. I don't know.
It's a tough call. Tough call.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's get started with this NFL spectacular. Just to let everybody know, if you got any questions or comments, we always willing to listen, hear you, talk about anything. Just email us at the two dudes podcast at yahoo.com. Again, that's THE, the number two dudes podcast at yahoo.com. Again, anything and everything, right, Kev?
Yeah, and that's the last week we're going to stop saying that. They don't know by now, fuck them. We don't need to keep putting that out there. So if
Good
they don't
point.
know by now, they just ain't going to know.
All right, so before we get started with the teams, man, just like usual, we don't want to break from the norm too much. What's been going on with the job situation? How's everything going on with Kevin?
Job situation. I think I told you about the job I got denied when I didn't. I need more experience to be entry level, which I still don't know what the fuck that's about. This week
Right.
I ain't gonna front. I've touched the application here and there. Really ain't touched one. Mine's kind of been elsewhere. So I kind of got to recharge my battery to go through all this bullshit again. So I just been on chill work this past weekend. Had to do some punk ass. Well, I do a little part time gig, whatever. I do a little punk ass CPR training, which took time out of my life, reminding me I ain't trying to save nobody. That probably sounded horrible, but it's goddamn true because people are sick, and I ain't putting my mouth on nobody else's mouth. I'll kick you in the back, hit you in the back, but that's about where it goes. Just did that. Got my offsprings with me this week. They keep me on my toes. This is week 3 of this virtual madness as far as school, to where they literally only going to school one day this week. Well, no, 2 days this week. They go Tuesday and Thursday. They're out of school on Friday. Now this was out of school this past Monday. So I'm hating this virtual shit. I feel like I'm going to work more and they go to school and I ain't got a job. So that lets you know something ain't right. And I saw that just, getting ready for the Chiefs, the world champions, to continue their world of domination. And that's really it. I'll get back on the job roller coaster probably tomorrow, next week. Pray to God something coming. I know I got hella apps out there. Just waiting on somebody to roll the dice.
Like I always tell you, just be patient. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
And what's good your way?
Um, true story. All right. I think I touched on this with you last week. I talked to somebody at work that claimed that they were boycotting the NFL
Mm-hmm.
because they don't like the fact that the whole kneeling and protest thing. And I talked to that person again, and they
Okay.
said the same thing because I forgot all about it because I forget about stupidity. And I was just like, "Hey, you looking forward to your Broncos?" Because that person's a Bronco fan. Again,
Oh,
stupidity.
he's just born stupid then.
Oh, it's a she. That's even worse.
Oh, damn, that dumb asshole.
Okay. Anyway, she said that she didn't believe in the NFL anymore. She's boycotting the season, and she felt that it was because the protesting. She doesn't like all that. Her exact answer was, "These guys make millions, so they don't need to be involved in any of that." And my whole thing to her was, it's because they're high profile athletes. They should be involved with that because the people that look up to them, they're the ones that need to hear this. They need to know it. Just
So is she a
because,
Trump supporter?
how did you know?
Because, I mean, it said it, and what people fail to realize, white America have set the tone for everything. Y'all don't want to set the tone to worship celebrities and millionaires where we follow them for guidance. And every other nationality follows your lead. So you set the precedent for us to, come on, millionaire, tell me what to do. You set the precedent for that. So because we're starting to get many more black versus white millionaires, you're running scared now because, like I said before, that voice that sound like a little shower speaker is now starting to sound like a 6x9 in your car, and it gets bigger and bigger while theirs is starting to shrink. They don't like that shit. But continue on.
Oh no, I mean, I just closed it by stressing that it is not about the flag. It has never been about anything military. And she's like, well, I understand because I know that there are some people in the military that support it, and then there are some people that don't. But we feel that you should stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, I mean, for the national anthem. And I put it to her like this, and this is the best way to go, since you want to make it a military flag issue. Think about
Mm-hmm.
these veterans. Let's think about this old man that's lost both legs in a war. He's in a wheelchair. He puts his hand on his heart during the national anthem, but do you expect him to stand? And if he can get by doing what he's doing, what more do we need to ask of our people who are just playing the game? And at the end of the day, that's all it is a game. To put an issue out there to the forefront that man has fought for, has battled for. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
know what she said when you walked away? When you walked away, she looked at one of her Trump friends, and she said, Lieutenant Dan stood up.
fuck Lieutenant Dan. Damn.
So I'm just ignorant for no reason. Is she from there?
Yes.
See, so she's from, because you're in a little town of nowhere in Kansas.
Pretty much. Stafford
Black
is
people that heard.
what is that saying that they said in the Star Wars movie? If there's a bright center to the universe, this is the place that's farthest from it. So yeah, welcome to Stafford,
You're the furthest
Kansas.
from everything.
You blink and you'll miss
See,
it.
and the thing is, and Fine Print says black people are a novelty here. So she's not around us like that. Blacks, Mexicans, or whatever. If y'all got a Mexican farmer, they probably think they growing tamales or something. You know, y'all are few and far in between there.
There are a surprising amount of Hispanic people in Stafford.
Well, you know, they try and go to the least place where their identity go get questioned. When they go get asked for their birth certificate.
Real quick, without getting off track, though, me and Heather have a running joke because of the diversity here. We honestly believe that most of these people are in witness protection. Because how many damn people come to Stafford?
Real talk. Don't be. I think my neighbor is. I've never seen him go to work, and I've been in this house 6 years now. I've heard that the wife's had a job before, but I swear to God, I've never seen the husband do anything. And he got an English accent. I think he came from overseas, and they put him in Kansas City to hide out. If you over in London, they're not coming to Kansas City. No, they probably know what Kansas City is. So I feel you on that. I wouldn't be surprised. But now it's just where you're at, even though I've never been, I can just, assume. Since there's so few minority areas, so little diversity of that matters, that's involved, she's never going to understand it because she's never had to deal with it. You know, and that's why she likes Denver, because who's the biggest asshole of a white person in the NFL? John Elway.
Well, I'm gonna get back to John Elway in a second, but in closing on the, just what I was talking to her about.
Mm-hmm.
I put
what
it like this.
Do?
She's one of the teacher's aides.
Oh, see, she's not even qualified to even talk. Keep going.
I put it to everybody that feels this way like this. If you want to boycott the NFL, that's your prerogative. I can't stop you. But know this, the NFL is still going to play without you, and we probably ain't even going to miss you. Enough said.
Now they'll miss them because I ain't buying a beer there. She'll buy a beer.
You
I'll
ain't
be
going
damn like
you ain't going to Arrowhead and spending $15 on one half of a can of beer?
now I can go get a fucking 12 or 18 pack for that. Fuck them.
What's that club right there across from the stadium in the parking lot? What do they call that?
They
It's a
talking
bar.
about the pavilion, the white
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, the
That's for the
pavilion.
season ticket holders. That's a little pavilion thing.
You can't just go up in there and get ripped before or after a game?
No, that's season ticket holder. That's special money. You can spend a
Oh.
lot of money on them tickets.
Oh. Okay.
That's what I
So
was telling my homie last night. And he didn't want to listen. Cause niggas be hard headed, don't want to listen to shit when you be speaking the truth. I told him, I said, man, people ain't going to the games, but the tailgate about to be a whole nother level of a party now. Cause motherfuckers are still gonna go tailgate.
yes.
They can't go to the game, but they gonna be motherfucking tailgate. Cause like right now, come kickoff, you gotta leave the stadium. For the Royals, it's like fourth inning, then you gotta leave. What the Chiefs need to do to appease the fans. Hey, you can't come to the game. You ain't got a ticket. You still come to tailgate. You got to the end of the first quarter to leave the parking lot. You know how many motherfuckers go just to kick it?
I
Granted,
can't
that'd
be
be the
mad at them.
easiest. That'd be the easiest set of tickets if you're a cop for DWI. But outside, outside of that,
Well, you know how it
it's
is at every Arrowhead game. They be waiting right when you pulling out of the stadium. They got cops everywhere.
yeah. I wouldn't know. I ain't never got pulled over. I make it out. I make it to and from.
I make it out too. I get my drink on before or after the game, not during.
It's usually after because you're soaking up that loss. But shit happens.
Actually, it's been a while since I've been to Arrowhead, but I can tell you this: the last time I was there for a Chiefs Raiders game, we won. You know,
And
that was the day you and Sean were holding up that newspaper the next day. Still had that picture.
that was so long ago. You ain't had no beard. You ain't had no gray hair. You ain't have a second child yet. You're still in Kansas City. See, so much has happened since then. It's like it's a fairy tale. Once upon a time. I'm just
Anyway,
saying.
we'll get back to the AFC West in a few.
Once upon a time.
Before we get to these divisions, though, you brought up John Elway. I'm pretty sure he's kind of sick right now because he lost Von Miller. Do you think that's really going to hurt the Broncos?
It will because he's the heart of the defense. No one has stepped up to replace him being the heart of the defense. Everybody just out there being a player. You've seen it with us point blank. I say all the time in any sport, except for baseball. Baseball, out of the three, out of the major sports, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, baseball's probably the only one that you don't need an attitude. But in football, you got to have that dog on the team and primarily on the defense. Once we got Honey Badger and Chris Jones, well, not Chris Jones, but Frank Clark, we got attitude. We had good players. Let's be honest. They was choir boys. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry. Chris Jones being young, he was trying to be that dog, but you only been in the league 2 years. Sit your ass down. We don't even know what school you came from. You ain't respected like that. But you get Honey Badger, and you get Frank Clark, and it's like, oh, okay. I see what you said. Oh, Chris, you can talk now. Oh, we got the attitude changes. Everybody gets an edge to them, and then the offense was cocky. So you had a cocky offense, and you had a defense that was flexing on them. Because the minute everybody got healthy, after that Titan loss, we never lost a game. Because the defense was what it was supposed to be. They had them dogs talking. Everybody was flexing. Daniel Sorensen was out there looking like motherfucking Rod Woodson at safety. He's been an average nickelback his whole career.
Don't speak that blasphemy. He was good, but let's
Dirty
not.
Dan was out there looking like Rod Woodson in Pittsburgh when he went to No, I'll say Ron Woodson with the Ravens when he went to the
Okay.
secondary.
Okay.
I didn't say the corner. I said
Okay.
secondary because they put him at safety.
That makes
Dirty
sense.
Dan was out there getting. I was impressed. I was proud of him. So when you got certain players, certain things come out of those players. Von Miller's they dog. He's been there since day one. No one has stepped up to be a dog with him. So therefore, you need him. Even at a linebacker they drafted 2 seasons ago, supposed to be on the other side of him, and they're gonna be this killer tandem. Dude been as flat as a pancake. He ain't did much of anything. So now that Von Miller about to be possibly gone, I know they was trying to get like a 10th opinion. Now that he about to be gone or whatever, they defense about to just be as flat as all get out. To where it ain't gonna be average, it's gonna be flat. I guarantee you, Denver about to have a lot of 40 and 50 birds put up on.
That's good because I'm about to have a high-powered offense on my squad. First time in about 6 years. All right. So
hey, calm down on that talk. We don't know that yet. Calm down.
Okay. You're right.
Bring
You're
it
right.
down a little
You're right.
bit.
I'll get back to that though. But hey, I'm gonna throw 2 names out. Both of these brothers got paid. Do you think they are gonna have good seasons though? Jalen Ramsey, Deshaun Watson. Go.
See, here's the thing. Jalen Ramsey's trash. He ain't lived up to the hype. He was okay in Jacksonville. He for real ain't did shit. Tyreek Hill done ripped him the stretch both times he played him. And first he want to say Tyreek Hill ain't a receiver. He a special teams player. Tomato, tomato. You know, but Ramsey, I guess he can be a good system player. But he's like Eric Berry was for us back in the day. Due to the position you play, you're supposed to get X amount of dollars. So he got paid by default, in my opinion. I don't think he earned it. I don't think he deserved it. He got paid by default. And there's nothing we can do about it. We just sit there and be like, oh, okay. You know, he's playing he's the highest paid corner now. So I think he's worth what, 75 guaranteed or whatever? Hell no. He gonna keep getting roasted. You know what I'm saying? As Shaq would say barbecue chicken, I see roasted chicken. Your boy Sammy could roast him if need be. He's not that good to me. And I think the Rams do a better job of hiding it, so their scheme works a little better for him. But overall, he's not even Revis Island. I would put it to you like that. And Revis Island was only Revis Island for like 3 seasons.
Right.
Now Deshaun Watson, he's the truth. He showed it time and time again. He's really about to dig deep and pull something out the crates because he ain't got nobody to throw to. I might sign a 10-day contract, see if I can help him play tight end or something. I ain't fast enough for wide receiver, but I'm good enough for tight end. He really has nothing.
Well, we're going to see what Deshaun is about tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Opening
I put
day.
it to you like this. Deshaun Watson himself is good enough for 5 wins.
Wow. Okay.
That's how much faith I got in his offensive skill.
Just not tomorrow, though, huh?
Oh, hell no, not tomorrow. Welcome tomorrow.
Now, is that game at Arrowhead or is it in Houston?
What the hell you think is that?
Excuse me. Sorry, sir.
Say it. We're the defending champions. The champions never go on the road to start the season. But the way they disrespect us, I wouldn't be surprised. But say it with me. We're the defending champions.
I don't need to say it with you. You said it for us both.
Yeah, I bet you don't. You'll see it when they lift the banner up tomorrow again, just to remind you hoes. Dempsey say it. Defending champions.
Boy,
even
y'all
Dempsey over here saying it.
Y'all got 2 stinking rings and you just feeling yourselves.
Ain't no feeling. It's just what it is.
I'm gonna need you to come down. I'm gonna need you to come down.
Y'all don't want to give us our respect.
Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. You just got into the multiple ring club. Okay. You just got there.
Don't matter. Y'all don't want to give us our respect.
You the new kid on the block. You the new kid on the block.
And everybody love them.
Think about this. My team done sucked for 15 years, and we still got more rings than you.
But what'd you say though? Your team's what?
They sucked for the last 15 years. I'm not gonna.
And we're all about what
except
you've done
for 2016. Lately. 2016.
We're all about what you've done lately. We're all about what you've done lately, and lately all y'all done is suck.
And that's the reason why we're having this show, because we're going to talk about some things.
It
All
don't
right.
matter that we had our first ring back when Martin Luther King was on a surfboard or some shit like that. We got a ring then, we got a ring now. It don't matter.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out what y'all about this year. I don't think there will be a Super Bowl hangover. I'll say that right now. Usually the teams that have the hangovers, though, are the ones that lost the Super Bowl. I'm looking at you, 49ers. Um, usually the team that wins the Super Bowl, they still come back strong. Whether they make the playoffs or not, they are not like a 5-11 team or whatever. They usually get in the playoffs and maybe lose in one round or another. But um, and I'll tell you where I'm at on these Chiefs when we get to the AFC West. But I want to go through one more thing real quick with you before we get to the divisions. As we talked
Okay.
about the two players that got paid, I want to talk about the one that didn't get paid. One Mr. Dakota Prescott.
Dakota, that's his first name?
Yeah, you didn't know Dak was
I
short for
had no
Dakota?
idea.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just that. I thought they were retarded or something. I had no idea. He a fucking cowboy. I thought Jerry Jones bought his name. Dakota Prescott.
Apparently Jerry Jones don't want to buy anything Dak related because he ain't willing to give
Damn.
up that money.
So I guess he the second favorite Dakota behind Dakota Fanning.
Wow.
He couldn't even overtake a white woman. Damn shame. No wonder why he went to dad. He's like, I can't keep up with her. Just cut off the rest and call it dad. Okay, so Jerry, I'm trying to be not fucking. I ain't gonna be PC about this. Jerry's part of the old boys club. Like we talk about, this still exists in some ways. When have you known the old boys club to want to pay a nigga? Because at the end of the day, that's a nigga. Ain't nobody gonna want to pay a nigga. We still got some of them old boys that think niggas can't be quarterbacks. So therefore, I got a nigga at quarterback. I'm not paying that nigga. So therefore, that nigga's go walk. Remember when he had Quincy Carter at quarterback, who didn't do bad for them. He never got paid. He had was it Rodney Pete that was there for a minute at backup or whatever, or Randall, one of them? They never got paid when they did good. End of the day, Jerry's not gonna pay a black quarterback because all he see is a nigga at quarterback. Not gonna pay them. Only way he would pay him if that was that Aikman. Had be Troy Aikman's mixed baby son illegitimate. If it ain't that, he ain't paying him. So that's gonna end up walking or get franchise tagged again. It's gonna be the Kirk Cousins thing again, to where he'll get tagged 3 times in a row. Then we're gonna let him walk. But he's not gonna pay a nigga because he's from the old boys club and he see nigga at quarterback. You see, he pays any other position. He's not gonna pay that because you're not a fucking white boy.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. I'll be a little bit more PC about it, but if you think about this, and I know you're a Mahomes man, and nothing wrong with that, but if you think about it, the Dallas Cowboy quarterback position is one of the highest high-profile positions in any sport. And
Manufactured, yeah.
because of that, well, yeah, that's true. But because of that, I feel that's the reason why Jerry's not wanting to pull that trigger. Because does he really want Dak to be the face of his franchise? And if Romo was still back there under center, I think this would have been a non-issue. Romo would have got paid.
But it's not about being the face of the franchise. It's just look at this. Look at the history of the Cowboys. They've never paid a black quarterback. Look at the history of the league. Period. The percentage of black to white quarterbacks getting paid very small. Mahomes gonna be considered mixed. Deshaun Watson they'll call black. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Culpepper got paid, but then once they realized Culpepper wasn't rolling with no agent no more, he stopped getting paid. Once he got that injury, they used that to leverage him. And you was on the boat having sex with them strippers. He never got charged. You see what I'm saying? What they use to kill a black quarterback. It's not gonna happen. Benz allegedly raped the chick, wrecked the truck, parked it in a pear tree. He's Mr. Pittsburgh. Let Mike Vick or Charlie Batch, when he was the backup, had done that. You think Charlie Batch would have been there 10 seasons collecting a check doing nothing?
Keep
They
in
had to
mind
ship his
though,
ass up out of there.
you mentioned Mike Vick. Keep in mind at one point he was the highest paid player in the NFL. So
Yeah.
Atlanta pulled that money out.
But he's one of a few. And what happened? When Mike got caught up in all that dog ring and shit, where he only had a fraction to deal with it, to do with the whole situation, when that shit hit the fan, what did Arthur Blank say? Give me back my bonus money, nigga. And what did Mike Vick have to do? Pay him back his bonus money. I give Mike Vick props. He paid every debtor back their money, every one of them. Respect and props to him. But talking about him and his family had to learn to live off of things that like 100 to 200 something thousand. Man, I wish I could get that a year to live off of. But the simple fact though, yeah, Atlanta was Team Mike, but as soon as anything went wrong, he got treated like a nigga. They took their money back. Just look at the history of the black quarterback. That's what happens. Or Steve McNair, you get a little too old. We about to send you up out of Houston. You're a legend here. Oh, we don't want you. We're sending you to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's the way they do things. Just it doesn't make sense to a black quarterback. Look what Jeff Fisher did to Vince Young. I don't want him. The owner gets him. Okay, let's work with what you got. Vince Young's career could have been way better if Jeff Fisher wanted him. Because when he was on the field, he made shit happen. He was continuing the shit he did in Texas. He made shit happen. He got wins. He wasn't the greatest quarterback, but he was a damn good one. But since Vince didn't want him, quarterbacks are more prima donna than receivers, and they want to feel wanted by their coach, Vince mentally was gone. And as you've seen the rest of his career after that. So it's just, I say a third of the black quarterbacks got paid like they should have, but how many of them got to keep that pay and didn't get it snatched from them for the littlest thing? When we just seen a lot of these white quarterbacks get many of exceptions. Hell, let's not forget Brett Penis Gay Favre sitting picks the chicks or whatever. Remember he went to court for that. He was supposed to be getting probation or some shit or whatever. We never heard anything else about it. It's like it never happened.
True. Very true. All right. Let's do some division talk. All right. I want to start off with I'm going to alternate between the NFC and the AFC, but I'm going to start off with what I perceive as one of the weaker divisions. We're going to talk real quick about the NFC North. So that's going to be Chicago Bears, the Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions, and the Green Bay Packers. Now, to me, it is what it is. The Bears, what's that Denny Green used to say? The Bears are who we thought they were. I thought they were a hot mess last year. Trubisky clearly is not the answer, and by the way, he won't start. You can forget that. His time is done.
They said he's a starter.
Yeah, okay. Trust me. After week 1, he'll get pulled. Or he's gonna ball out. One or the other. I look for him to get pulled.
End of the season is Nick Foles' job to lose. That's how I look at it.
I agree. Speaking of jobs to lose, Green Bay. You know the Packers are trying to push Aaron on out, same way they tried to push Brett on out. They've already got their guy, so they're gonna make it happen. I don't see Aaron having a fantastic year this year. He's getting a little on up there, but it's not just that. They haven't provided him with the help that he needs to get the job done. So I feel like that is really going to keep him from reaching the level that he wants to be at. I think this is Minnesota's division to lose, straight up. The Lions are up and coming, but they got a ways to go still. I think Kirk Cousins is going to get his shit together, and they are going to win this division. Green Bay close behind, but it won't seem that close in the end. Where are you at on that?
Okay, this is how I see it. Chicago, they're the bottom. No need to talk about them. Detroit, they're the bottom. No need to talk about them either. Their quarterback's getting older. He's one hit away from being out for the season. They really ain't improved their team in any way, shape, or form, and they got a bum-ass dude for a coach. Detroit's done. It's a two-team race between Minnesota and Green Bay. Minnesota's big issue is you didn't replace Stephon Diggs. What other receiver you got besides Adam Thielen? Who else you got besides Thielen? And again, you didn't replace Diggs.
Hey, they got God, who was that?
See, if you can't say off the top of your head,
Yeah.
they ain't got nobody.
You're right, because he was the third receiver.
Your defense is decent, but it's not like it used to be. Their biggest eyesore is going to be you ain't paid your running back. This is a contract year for him. He's going to want to run Ricky run, but you ain't going to want to let him. That's going to be a problem. At the end of the day, I trust Kirk Cousins as far as I can throw. When it comes to Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers is going to do Aaron Rodgers. He ain't going to lose his spot to somebody that ain't no damn Jordan Love. That name don't even sound like a football player. He need to take his ass to soccer or baseball, find the sport he really can play. Aaron's go ball out, but the problem is that offense sucks. That defense sucks, and they still have no run game. So Aaron's going to voluntarily leave because he wants to live and be able to walk on his own because they ain't got nothing to make him stay, want to stay, or make him want to play better. So I don't blame him if he's gone because that team is horrible. Never have I seen a team that's dumpster fire and they quarterback and one receiver is shining bright like diamonds. So it's like when it's all said and done, I get a division of Green Bay. They'll probably win the division by a landslide like they did last season. But I don't see Rodgers wanting to stay past this year because you give him no reason to stay because you ain't improved it. You just supposedly improved the backup, and that's Jordan Love, who doesn't play football, in my opinion. Next division.
All right. That's going to take us straight to the AFC North. This one, I'm going to say is a little bit more competitive, but it's going to be two teams again, head and shoulders above everybody else, and that's Pittsburgh and Baltimore. And then you got your bottom feeders, the Bengals and the Browns. I don't know what these two clubs are doing. I'm not even going to talk about them because they're not worth my time. I think this is Baltimore's division to lose, and I think they are going to run away with it. Everybody is willing to give Pittsburgh this, that, and the other. Let's give them their props. Yeah, Pittsburgh has had their time, but I think that they are on the downward slide. And I don't care about injuries from last year and all that good stuff. This is not the same Steelers team from 5, 6, 7 years ago. Again, this is the Baltimore Ravens division to lose. Where you at on it?
Okay. I'm going to go a little emotional on this one. Cleveland, they like every Wednesday for me. They're trash. So I ain't worried about them. Bengals, rookie QB. He going to have growing pains, although he was smart to say he wanted A.J. Green. So A.J. Green go possibly put up numbers, and you got Mixon. Can't go wrong with that combo. But still, rookie QB is going to be a rookie QB. You give about 4 wins on the season, maybe 5 if he stumbles into one. Baltimore, not winning the division. You can't be one-dimensional and win. Yeah, it was all fun seeing Jackson run around the field with his head cut off, making people look bad. Defenses know how to stop that. We blueprinted how to stop that. He's going to lose his life if he doesn't start throwing that ball. And when he throws it, then receivers need to catch it and stop looking at it like they deer in headlights. So unless that passing game doubles or triples and gets that much better, it's done. This is Pittsburgh's division to lose because Pittsburgh is healthy now. Ben's back. Connor's back. That defense is tightened up. This is Pittsburgh's division to lose. It may come down to last 2 games of the season. But I see Pittsburgh winning the division. Baltimore get a wild card. So it's a 2-team race, but I get an edge to Pittsburgh because Shazier just retired from Pittsburgh today. You know how fucking emotional that was for them?
Yeah.
Anytime he got to step away from the game, so that he can see what he wants to do outside of football. So his whole life was the pigskin. When he was on that ground paralyzed, before he could somewhat walk, his whole life has been football. You know how much emotion that is, what they go use it as to get them through the season? They're going to dedicate this season to him as if he died or something. That's going to be what they need to get them over that hump to where they go fuck some teams up in his honor, because he was a bad boy, especially on Madden when I would play with him. But he was a bad boy that made things happen. He was the next coming of Greg Lloyd for them without the mental issues. So it's one of the things to where they're going to win the division. This is about to be, this next year or two is Big Ben's last hurrah. And it starts this season. It's going to be the last hurrah to where Ben's going to leave on a high note, winning the division one last time. He may make a Super Bowl run within these next 2, maybe 3 years before he rides off into the windshield sunset. But this is his last go around. This is his last run. So I give it to Pittsburgh.
Wow, that was emotional. But
Yeah, do it.
yeah, I forgot you also a closet Pittsburgh fan, so I can see
Yeah,
where, you
I
know,
ain't go front. I've been using him on Madden since the PlayStation.
I can't be mad at you, but I guess we gonna agree to disagree on that too, because I got the Ravens, you got the Steelers. It's all good. Um,
I hope
that's
you
gonna
keep
take.
track of this so we can go back at the end of the year and look.
Oh, I'm keeping track. I got my trusty
Oh,
pen and
okay.
pad here and everything, and as a matter of fact, we probably gonna keep this thing going because we getting ready to go back to the NFC, but we gonna talk about the NFC South, and that's the Saints, the Panthers, the Cardinals, and the Buccaneers. Now I don't know about you yet. I'm tired of hearing about this Tom Brady and the Buccaneers stuff. Yes, they got a better quarterback than what they had, but you cannot tell me that Winston was responsible for every single loss that they had last year. You can't tell me that. And I understand that Brady is a hell of a lot different than Winston, but you can't tell me that they've really put together a quote unquote super team. Because to me, this is still not a super team. You got the same old scrub receivers. You got a decent running back. Got another decent running back that you just lucked up on. A tight end that hasn't played in a couple of years. Can't stand the heat. They not ready. I'm going with the Saints in this division. I don't even want to talk about the Falcons or the Panthers because both of those are dumpster fire. It comes down to the Saints and the Buccaneers, and it's going to be the Saints. Who you got?
First off, you're disrespectful to the Panthers and the Falcons. That was just hella disrespectful.
They shouldn't have got rid of Cam. They disrespected Cam. I don't
Okay,
like
all
that.
right. Okay, I support you on that. I feel you. Got a little fight in you, Tiger. Atlanta with Matt Ryan, they showed in the Super Bowl how good they're going to be. So, but I will say, getting Ty Gurley makes them interesting because you can ride the back of Ty Gurley healthy in bunches, or you can look for Julio from the 20 to 20, but he disappears in the red zone. But again, like I said, you got Matt Ryan. Who you got on defense? Not Deion Sanders.
Yeah. What's that saying? Deion Sanders ain't going to come walking through that door?
Man, you ain't even got Jesse Tuggle. You have no one. So Atlanta's probably going to be in the bottom. They'll be a 500 team. Carolina, if they listen to Bridgewater, they going to be a team. Bridgewater told them, let me air this motherfucker out. Let me throw the ball. So the coach of Carolina, I forgot who it is, stop being conservative. Let Teddy B be Teddy B. Remember in college, Teddy aired that bitch out. He was a good quarterback.
Now
He comes to the
remember,
league, that's when it's like, oh, he ain't got the arm. He ain't this, he ain't that.
remember
They
now,
need to get off that.
this is a new coach for the Panthers. New culture. They're trying to institute a whole bunch of new stuff for Carolina.
Nah, he ain't trying to introduce no new stuff. He just trying to ride the Caffrey train. Get off of it. Let Teddy B be Teddy B and air that motherfucker out. Quit playing scared. Let Teddy do Teddy is how I look at it. You know
Teddy
what
can
I'm
be
saying?
all the Teddy he
Let him do
wants,
what
but
he go do.
it's still the Saints division.
So the problem is that's going to be a clash right there because Teddy's going to want to do more. Teams go put 8 in the box on McCaffrey. We're going to see if he can do it 2 seasons in a row. But then that leaves you the Bucks and the Saints. Just read today, messes me up because he's one of my fantasy picks. Mike Evans still got hamstring problems for last season. He's questionable
Whoa.
game day.
Wow.
I don't want to hear that. He's your number one. So your number one got hamstring. Your number two in Grunt can't stand the Florida Heat. Your quarterback is struggling with the playbook. And then you got blessings from God to get this thoroughbred that runs people over for a living and Fournette. He ain't been there long enough for no plays unless it's a halfback dive, a pitch, or they go have the nerve to say all he did in Jacksonville was catch passes. Who did he have to throw to in Jacksonville? So if he caught 76 passes for a person who came into the league that couldn't catch, that is fucking amazing. So they about to knock the out of Fournette first game. I hope he's ready. But that being said, all this shit's going to offense. What's happening to Tampa's defense? Nothing. So Tampa, another one. They'll be a wild card team. The Saints will win the division. I'm calling it now. Drew Brees going 14-2. Drew Brees, like Big
Whoa.
Ben. Hey, I'm calling it how I see it. Drew Brees being like Big Ben, he's on his final tour. This might be his last season. If they go to the Super Bowl, lose to the Chiefs, of course, this will be his last year. He's gonna go out somewhat on top. You know, NFC divisional championship ring ain't bad. Ain't no Super Bowl ring, but it ain't bad. So he's gonna go on his run because him and Ben within the next 3 years, both of them are gonna be gone. Just like Brady. This is Brady's last go round too. Those three on the last go round, but Brady's gonna stay a full 3 because he's got to make Tampa a turnaround. Brady now, this is gonna be funny, but people don't want to admit it. Brady's chasing Peyton. Cause look what Peyton did in Denver.
Right.
Remember, Peyton went to 2 championships, 1 ring out of 3 years. Brady's chasing what Peyton did because he wants to still keep his title as the GOAT. You're not the GOAT. You can't do what Peyton did. You're not the GOAT at all. If you didn't have that defense or that Belichick mind, you'd have as many rings as I got. And since I got divorced, I have no rings. So I'm just saying, you have as many rings as I got. So again, I give it to the Saints. They go 14-2, but unfortunately, they're gonna lose. And when they lose, they go get smacked to remind them you ain't shit.
Wow. Well, going to the AFC, I want to check out the South there. We got the Houston Texans, the Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts, and then the team in Jacksonville. I do want to talk about Jacksonville real quick. One sentence. They're throwing it all away. They're trying to get that first round pick. All right, enough about them. This is a tight division.
You know,
I'm gonna give it to the Titans simply because I think that they want some revenge off of what Houston did to them last year, and I think Houston's gonna take a step back because they're missing that number 1 receiver. It's going to be very tight, and it may come down to the last game of the last day of the season for this division.
Jacksonville or the Jacksonville Titanic is just, that's self-explanatory right there. When you got Minshew at quarterback, you wouldn't go win anyway. So them doing what they doing, them about to stink, trading away every good player they got for a D-League player, should be a good a comedy called The Sink. But that's what they doing. They sinking fast.
Yeah.
Tennessee was a flash in the pan. They're not gonna do that again. Their coach needs to be fired. He's gonna be fired. Even with them having Clowney for the season, I give them 8-8 at best. Because again, the Chiefs showed you the blueprint on how to stop Derrick Henry. He finished 30 yards. Never really saw the field in the second half against us in the playoffs.
We
shut him so. Yes. And what did Frank Clark do after the interview? cussed like a motherfucker, had the greatest after game press conference ever on the field.
I still say
I'm mad I can't remember everything he said.
that's the second greatest one. I'm sorry.
Greatest.
I still got to give props to Richard Sherman. I still got to give props
Nah,
to that.
Richard Sherman ain't got nothing on that one. I mean, when the smoke coming off of you is cold, you drooling, you sweating, and you talking like you in a Japanese movie, nah, you're not topping that. And you scaring the white woman, you're not topping that.
I don't
And
know,
you just
bro.
like
I played it. I played them back to back. Both of those
you
rants.
you tensing up because you like, oh my God, what he gonna say next? Nah. Sherman, you knew it was coming. You didn't know it was coming from Frank Clark. You didn't know he could get loose like that because you never seen him interview. Sherman, it was expected. It's what I wanted to hear, what I expected to hear. That's why I take away from Sherman because he didn't do nothing I didn't expect. But like I said, Tennessee, or as Caleb said when we play Monopoly, you don't need 10 IC. They not about to do anything. They about to be a cellar dweller. What was the other team? Baltimore? No, what
No,
was the
no,
other?
no. Yeah, our division that we're here for the
Yeah,
South is
what's
the
it? What's it?
Texans, Titans,
Okay.
Colts, and Jags.
Texans, they still got money tied up in JJ Wyatt. They're gonna keep losing all they keep giving him money. He's basically milking them dry, and he knows it, and he won't walk away from the game because his back won't let him do anything, and that irritates me because he knows he's holding that team hostage. Deshaun, he go ball out. He gonna make, you know what I'm saying? He gonna take one egg and break it up into scrambled eggs to feed 10 people with them receivers he got. They ain't got no run game. It's them and Tennessee may flip flop with each other. I don't expect much from either one of them. The Colts is gonna surprise because your boy Phyllis, as you love to call him, Phyllis Rivers, got a legit line, legit defense, a legit set of receivers, and a healthy running back. And Malcolm Marley, whatever his damn name is.
Marlon
That
Mack. But here's the
Yeah,
thing.
Marlon
Here's the
Mack.
thing that Philip Rivers doesn't have, and he's a quarterback, and you need this: a legit arm. His arm is dead. It's
His
over.
arm is not dead. You know his arm ain't dead.
His arm is so
No,
dead.
his arm's not dead. You know that. Trust me. I bet she getting that ball to T.Y. Hilton with no problem. Philip Rivers and the Colts about to make people forget about Andrew Luck. And they want to forget about Andrew Luck experiment so bad right now in Indianapolis. He's about to make that happen. They're going to win the division at 10-6 easy.
Whoa! So you got the Colts winning the division. Man, you got
Yes,
some
sir.
balls on you, kid, because nobody saw that coming. You ain't right,
Hey,
but nobody saw that coming.
because y'all don't want to see what's out there. Y'all
Okay.
want to see what you want to see to make people happy. I'm going to call it for what it is and what it should be and what it's going to be.
Okay, well, we really about to find out where your head's at now because we on to the NFC East. You got the Cowboys, the Giants, the Eagles, and then that sorry ass team in Washington. This Washington is the NFC's version of the Jaguars. They don't know what the hell they doing up there. I don't know what the hell they doing up there. So push them off to the side. The Giants, they are in a rebuilding year still. You know, the Eli era is over. They going with Daniel, what's his name? They got a ways to go. It's all about the Eagles and the Cowboys. And you know how I like to talk about Dak, or as I call him, Dakota. Um, but this division is going to be the Cowboys at the end of the day. I think the Cowboys. This is going to be the NFC version of the division that goes down to the last day, the last game of the season. It's going to be between the Eagles and the Cowboys. Whether they play each other or not, somebody's going to win somewhere. Whether you at home or on the road, hopefully you're at home because you're going to need that win. But I think that the Cowboys are going to pull it out. It may even be where they both win at the last game of the season, but because of strength of schedule, Cowboys still win out. Dak is going to impress a lot of people. He's fighting for that contract that he's not going to get, but he's working hard for it. He's going to get them into the playoffs. They will get smacked in the playoffs, but that's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that in another show. But in this show, I want to say that I got the Cowboys in a close one, winning that division in the NFC East. What about you?
Okay, so with this one, first off, just Washington, get a name soon. Just do something. Make your team proud. I just want to say, if you motherfuckers would have cut Alex Smith, I would have started a petition to get you kicked out the league. For me to have seen the report and say Alex barely made the squad is just hideous. It's hideous and it's monstrous to your team to say that he barely made the squad. You know how much that morale would have got killed on that team before the season started if you would have cut Alex Smith? That'd have been ridiculous. The Redskins would have been dead water. But since they didn't, and Alex is he's on there, and he's probably gonna see playing time around week 4. And Alex is gonna do Alex. He go ball the fuck out. He had about 3-4 good games before reality kicks back in, and he realized he's coming off an injury. To where I put the Giants in last place, not the Redskins.
Okay,
Because the
okay, I can see
Giants
that.
are rebuilding, restructuring, trying to figure things out. Redskins just got front office issues. They got a team full of talented players. Just you got to hope that Ron Rivera can pull it together. Because Haskins isn't a bad quarterback. He just needs time. And he didn't get time last year. He had some sorry games. He had some decent games. Just give him time to put it together. And his biggest thing is his go-to receiver being the tight end, Jake Reed, who I don't think is there anymore. He couldn't stay healthy. When Reed's on the field, one of the best tight ends in the game. But you got to be on the field to be one of the best, and he wasn't ever on the field, in all for realness. But I give the Giants 2 wins. I get a Redskin maybe 5. And that's just because Alex is on the team, and everybody's going to be proud to see him running out on the field. You know how much that stadium's going to erupt when they see him run on the field?
I agree.
They might be able to outdo 142.2 decibels.
Man, I'm here to
Possibly.
tell you that's the NFL's comeback player of the year. Period. All he got to do is come out for one series, and that's the comeback player of the year. If somebody else wins that trophy this year for comeback player, I might boycott the league because they know
I'm
they
not
ain't
even
right.
I ain't gonna put his name on it because I might jinx him. He might come on the field and get Joe Theismann. I don't want that to happen to him. But I agree with
I
you.
think he already got Joe Theismann, so
Yeah. Hey, it
yeah.
could happen twice. It could happen twice. He got another leg, so it could happen again. The Eagles are gonna be second, but when it's all said and done, who they got a receiver for real? They got all kind of names, but ain't nobody consistent, ain't nobody consistently healthy. Eagles' biggest issue is, can Carson Wentz play beyond 7 games? Can he play 10 games? Can he play 12? Can we get him? Because in the same time, this is a team that won a Super Bowl without their starting quarterback. So can he do something to reestablish himself with the team and the league? Until that happens, you don't win a division. So by default, it goes to Dakota Fanning's little brother, Prescott. You know what I'm saying? It goes to him to get the division. And he got the weapons, they got the defense. We're going to see if it was coaching last year that held them back or if it's just the team itself. So Cowboys going to win the division. They'll probably win it by 3 games, 4 maybe. So it's on them.
Okay, I like your train of thought there. Um, Now let's get down to these last 3. These are probably going to be this one here, this first one is going to be a little bit more competitive than it has been the last decade or so. That's the AFC East. The Bills, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Jets. All right. There's no real dumpster fire in this division, but there are some bad teams. The Dolphins and the Jets. And I think the Jets have poor coaching and the Dolphins have players that don't live up to their potential. You can flip it, flop it, however you want to, but both of those are pretty bad teams. The Patriots are still going to be the Patriots, but I think that mystique is gone. because Brady's not there. Yes, I know Belichick is still there, and I know they still got a lot of pieces there. But I think just by the nature of them not having Brady, that's going to be a psychological edge to all the other teams. Um, Cam is still going to be Cam, and Cam is going to ball out. So don't think the Patriots are going to slip off that much. But I'm going to be bold. I'm going with the number one defense from last year. I think that offense is going to get a little bit better. I'm giving the division to the Buffalo Bills. I got the Bills winning that division. And it might be
Interesting.
close, but I'm going to say this. Buffalo's going to be up at the top of that division, wire to wire.
Interesting, young boy. Interesting on that one. That was very interesting. Don't know if I agree, but that was interesting.
No,
First, I'm not gonna call the Jets trash because they got a black coach. I believe still, but they got that white dude coaching them.
I don't know who they got, but I just know that they need all kind of help.
They gonna be in last place. Their defense is still trash. Offense got weapons. Defense really doesn't. I mean, they trade away their best safety. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on this division. New England, before every game, they're gonna play above the law Black Superman. Cam's go fly into the arena and do Cam. Cam's 100% healthy. Cam's about to learn from Belichick. You ain't got to run him over. You can slide. But when you feel the need to run somebody over, run them the fuck over. Go all the way through them. Don't let them tackle you and do something unnecessary. So Cam about to get loose. Miami, they going to be fighting with the Jets for last place because I can't even tell you who's on Miami's team anymore. And they number one and number two receiver opted out for COVID. And the way they did Josh Rosen, they don't deserve to win any games. He didn't deserve to be cut like that. So I can't even support Miami in any way, shape, or form. You know, I can't. My kids would play for Miami, I still wouldn't support them right now.
Damn.
So I have nothing to say on them. The Bills are the team to beat. But at the same time, you have to learn to win. And if that connection out the gate ain't there between Allen and Diggs, that's going to be a problem. Because you only got Diggs so you can go deep. You didn't get Diggs for little dump off plays. You got him because he's a consistent, deep threat, and you needed that in your offense. So if that's not there and your running back's health is still questionable, then you're a little shaky. So I got to go. New England still gets the division because of Black Superman. Like I said, above the law before every game is going to get played for Cam in the stadium to show everybody to support Black Superman. So New England is theirs to lose.
Okay. You still want to go with them Cheatriots. All right. Okay. Now we down to these last two. It's getting hot in here. Back to the NFC one last time. This is where the returning NFC champions are, the NFC West. So we have the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Cardinals. Not a bad division. The Cardinals are up and coming, but they still a couple years off, let's be honest. The Rams had that one good year, and I don't think that they got anything left in the tank. They spend too much money on a lot of stars in a lot of places, but not maintaining what they had. I think it comes down to San Francisco and Seattle. Never count Russell Wilson out. Never count Russell Wilson out. But I'm going to count Russell Wilson out at the end of the season. Somewhere with 3 or 4 games left to go, I think San Francisco is going to pull away. They're going to go back to the playoffs as a wild card. I got Seattle winning the division.
Okay. I will say this is the best division in football.
Oh, hell no.
This is the best division in football. Arizona's about to be leaps and bounds better. Because you got Hopkins about to learn from Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald's going to pass him the torch. That right there is going to make that young quarterback that much better. And you got Drake, who's a beast at running back, and you got him for the full season. He about to run all over these teams. LA got a squad. They just got to get back to running the ball versus thinking not Gurley, but whatever their QB's name is, because he ain't relevant enough to keep attention.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, trash. They need to get back to running the ball and take the ball out of his hands, because him, like Wentz has shown, can't win the game if it's put off on him. So it's going to be interesting. 49ers, they lost some pieces, didn't really get much. I don't like their coach wearing that ugly ass hat, so I really can't say anything positive about them. And I don't like they punk ass tight end because he think he's the best in the game when he clearly forgot Travis signed him. So I can't take his cockiness. Seattle, like you said, Russell, I got Sierra Wilson, bad boy. You know, when you can play with a curl and moonwalk on the field, you a bad boy that nobody need to fuck with. So Russell needs to be left the hell alone and let him do his 1-2 step like his wife, because he about to step all over this division and take the W for the division. And that defense is about to hum as if Clowney's still there, even though he's not. It's Seattle's to lose, but everybody's going to be on each other's back the way I see it. That's going to be the last fight. The last week of the season, you'll know who wins the division.
Okay. All right, then, Kev. It's go time now. We getting ready to get real. We down to the last division. You know who it is. This is the one that everybody's probably been waiting on. This is what we want to talk about here, the AFC West. Most of the people that listen to this show, they are down for the West for one team or another.
Well, I'll go ahead and go first. I'll let you go last on this one. I already know the bullshit you go say. I'll go first. This could have been the best division in football if Denver would have improved their team in some way, shape, or form. But for every reason, Denver chose not to. Von Miller's gone. Old boy quarterback from MU. We're going to see what he can do as a full-time starter. Not holding my breath. Denver in last place. LA Chargers or whatever. Rookie quarterback. They don't want to give Tyrod the starting job. That's going to be growing pains. They at the bottom with Denver. So it comes down to Kansas City versus LA, Oakland, Vegas Raiders. We don't know which team gonna show up. And with David Carr behind, Derek Carr behind center, he's guaranteed 2 picks. He's guaranteed he's gonna miss a couple of people. And that's where our defense is gonna step up and take advantage. And as Frank Clark loves to say, there's blood in the water and the shark's coming. So they ain't gonna be ready for that. They're not gonna be ready for none of that. Kansas City's easily gonna win the division by 3 games. I'm gonna say it here first. Kansas City's gonna finish 13-3. Easy 13-3 on the season as they go into the Super Bowl and get ring number 2, which will be ring number 3, and have us tied with y'all. But I ain't gonna talk too much on it because you don't need to know nothing else, because you already know. We got every position. Everybody came back except for a little bitch that was scared of Corona and wanted to decide to, that little stuff. But 18 out of 22 came back. Everything solidified. Everybody's ready. Everybody hungry. Hey, it's like the first of the month. We about to get that check and come on. Y'all ain't ready for it. But I know you're gonna say Oakland. No, you probably give Kansas City props, but you're gonna make it seem like Oakland's right there. And Oakland is right there. Oakland's on the cuffs of being average from being trash. They're on the cuffs of it. So I give Oakland props. They see the highway to be good, but for some reason, that car keeps drifting over to average. So they go get there at some point. But honestly, I don't think Oakland's going to be good until John Gruden's gone. But that's just my opinion. All right, I'm going to let you have it from there. I'm done. You see, we cut your voice. We didn't want a Raider on our team. Go, it's yours.
Okay. I'm going to start from the bottom and go to the top, but I want to say something first. I'm upset. I am upset at the people at NFL.com for an article that they put out at the beginning of this week. They claim This is where everybody's going to be. This is who's going to finish in what place. They had the Las Vegas, Kevin, because they're not in Oakland anymore. The Las Vegas Raiders finishing 5-11. So they're trying to tell me this team that was 7-9 last year is actually made strides. They're actually going to be worse now. Come on. I call bullshit on that. So there will be a team that will be 5-11 in this division, but it won't be the Raiders. It's going to be the Chargers. I got the Chargers finishing at the bottom of this division. And by the way, that was their record last year too. So I'm not making any thing up or saying that they're going to be worse than last year. They're going to be the same as last year, 5-11. Close to them with about 7 or 8 wins. I'll give them 8-8. Even without Von Miller, is going to be them Broncos. Their defense, we said at the beginning of this show, has taken a huge hit. And you can't tell me that Drew Lock is just going to be that much better just because he's entering his second season. That dude has still got a lot to do before he can show me anything. Second place in this division, yes, will be my Las Vegas Raiders because I give first place Chiefs all the props in the world. They got a stacked team from top to bottom. I will give you that. I will even give you 13-3 because that's where I have them. But I don't have the Chiefs 3 games ahead of everybody. I have the Chiefs 2 games ahead. I figure
Man,
Vegas is going with 11 wins.
please.
Vegas will have 11 wins, not 5-11. They will be
Hold on,
11
hold on,
and
hold on.
5.
Hold on, old man Winter. Pause that. Pause that bullshit you talking. I got a 6-pack to say y'all don't get 11 wins.
Okay, we got it. Hey, let me write this down too on the show notes so that we good, and we gonna put it on the screen there for everybody to see that's watching us on YouTube. Kev and I have a bet specifically for
6-pack.
the 6-pack based on the Vegas Raiders win total. If they get 10 wins and make it to the playoffs and make it all the way to the Super Bowl, I still got to give up a 6-pack to my man here. But if they get 11 wins, I'm going to be thirsty. I'm going to need you to handle that.
You know what I say to that? Stay thirsty, friend.
All right, finishing up though. I do have Vegas finishing in second place, 11-5, 13-3 are going to be those Kansas City Chiefs. And I will wait till another show to give my playoff positions for everybody and how this is all going to end.
Bullshit. Super Bowl. Who you got in Super Bowl? Who you got winning? We ain't doing that bullshit.
Man, you really gonna make me put it out there, huh?
Hey, that's what we do.
All right. Winning their 3rd Super Bowl ever in 2021 will be the Baltimore Ravens. Boom. You thought I was gonna say the Chiefs, didn't you? No, I got the Ravens.
A lot of people are picking the Ravens. I've seen the Ravens come up on a lot of people, so I can respect that.
That defense is stout. That defense is stout. If they can just get a receiver for my man to throw to, Jackson is going to have a good year.
Who they playing against to get it?
I got them playing against the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are coming out of the NFC strong. I would have said the Saints, but it seems like when the Saints get in the playoffs lately, they get snake bitten.
No, they get fucked over by the league. Is what happens to them.
Exactly.
I need their owner to pay whatever he needs to pay. You know, whatever protection he's supposed to be paying for that he don't, he need to cash that check and be like, I'm sorry, here it is in cash.
Yeah, I got Ravens over the Seahawks. Who you got?
So you got Baltimore, Seattle, Baltimore winning.
Yes.
I knew you would do some whole shit like that because it's killing you that we was at that podium with that boils you over on the inside to have to see that to where you don't want to see it a third time. You don't want to see it a second time in your lifetime.
I already know I'm going to see it a third time in 50 years when y'all start one.
Your ass won't be around then. But it's good to think you'll still be here.
I'm outliving all y'all motherfuckers.
Hey, you gonna be thirsty because you ain't gonna have no 6-pack from me. All right, here's how I see it. It is going to be Kansas City versus Tampa.
I knew
The
you was gonna
reason
throw
why I
some
say
bullshit
that
out like that.
is that what?
I knew you was gonna throw some bullshit out like that.
No, reason being, the NFL is going to make sure Tampa gets there because everything in sports is all about passing the torch. You beat Brady in the AFC Championship game twice, basically. You beat him that first time, we got fucked out of that game. Then you legit beat him the second, well, you didn't get a chance to face him the second time. But that first time you played him, you beat him last season before last. We got fucked out of with them bullshit penalties. So you didn't get the changing of the guard. Everything's about a story and all that type Disney magical moment type shit. So they're gonna get Tampa to the Super Bowl because it's either gonna be Tampa or Aaron Rodgers. It has to be a quarterback of a big name to where it's gonna be like they pass the torch to Mahomes. Because us beating the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, we could outthrow that motherfucker.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things to where it's gonna be a legendary name. That's gonna be a Super Bowl. I'm gonna lean toward the Bucks because it's Brady. We go bust their head, and it's gonna be a passing of the torch type thing. Like remember they said with the Dream Team, it was still Magic and Larry's league until that practice happened when Magic got tired of Michael talking shit. They went at each other. By the end of the practice, what they say? This is your league now. Same shit gonna happen, but it's gonna happen at the Super Bowl, and it's gonna be Mahomes versus Brady. Because they're gonna label it Mahomes versus Brady, or if it's Rodgers, Mahomes versus Rodgers. But I think Tampa's gonna get there because I think they're gonna basically go try to get Rodgers out of Green Bay. So it's gonna be Tampa versus KC, and that's where I'll say, like out of NFL.com or ESPN, whatever, hey, Kansas City destroying the Packers. They're going to destroy Tampa 42-7. Tampa ain't going to want to play the second half. They're going to get beat so bad.
I see what you're saying. I can't get on board with the Tampa Bay machine. I just can't get on the board with it.
I don't like it either, but we've seen this happen.
Yes, we have.
Look how they do it.
And think about this. Where's the Super Bowl going to be played at this year?
Where is it this year?
Tampa. Do you really want that? He'll be the first team to ever play the Super Bowl in their own crib. Do you really want that? Because if that happens, he will be the greatest thing since sliced bread everywhere. And for the next 40 years, you will have to hear how great Tom Brady was.
That's the thing, though. They've been setting this up since we drafted Mahomes. Once they knew that, everybody knew Alex was gone after that season. And once Mahomes played in that Denver game, the last game of the season, he roasted Denver. That's when it turned into he's the heir apparent. He's the new face. He's the next big quarterback. As if Deshaun Watson, all them others wasn't there. And then when we played New England, it's you versus expert or whatever. So it's been getting set up. Now it's just about to actually happen. So I'm gonna go KC Tampa again. KC winning 42-7 or 49-0. How you want? It's gonna be an ass whooping from us to them.
I like I said, I see what you're saying. I really hope it doesn't happen. I know everything's pointing to it, but if you'll remember, just a few years ago, everything was pointing to the Chiefs and the Rams. And they even had that spectacular Sunday night game that
yeah, we got robbed out of. We should have won that game.
And I told you before that game even happened, that was the Super Bowl, and whoever won that game was going to lose in the Super Bowl when they had the rematch. Unfortunately, Kansas City didn't hold up their end of the deal, and they ended up,
we got robbed out of that game against New England. We should have been there. But
that would have been y'all Super Bowl right there, and y'all would have repeated this past year.
You know, if he would have been sick behind that, that would have been just, oh my God. That would, oh my God, that'd have been so ugly.
Then and only then could you use the word dynasty. Y'all not ready yet for that.
Like I said, I don't see us winning 3 in a row. We go get 2 in a row.
Yeah, the history's not kind. No team has ever won 3 in a row in the NFL. No team. The last team that had a chance to do it would have been the Buffalo Bills, and they fucked it up all 4 years.
Yeah, that is true.
But if you want to talk history, I hate the fact that no team has ever played in their own stadium for the Super Bowl because it's pointing. They are practically running Tampa Bay down our throats right now. Tampa this, Tampa that. And that's the reason why I do not want to see Tampa Bay. I don't even want to see them in the playoffs. I know that's going to happen, but I need to have them get bounced early, like first round or wild card. It don't matter. Get rid of the Buccaneers.
I feel you. It's going to be interesting, but KC will win. Baltimore will lose. Just want you to know that. Oakland's not getting 11 wins. I'm going to be quenching my thirst. Just want you to know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that whack ass cup. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's rewind it back.
Wait, whoa. This is
No,
a cheat.
no,
Whoa. What's that say? What's that say? This ain't a whack ass cup.
You showed me where it said Raiders. It had Raiders on it.
That's an arrowhead. That's an arrowhead right there.
Uh-huh.
See, this is my Chiefs Raiders cup from the Christmas Day game. Damn, it's been about 10 years.
This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give you 2 options because I felt disrespected with that cup when he chose the Raider logo. I'm gonna give you 2.
I can't help it. It's got both logos on it.
I'm gonna give you 2 options.
I got it at the stadium. It was the Christmas
I don't
Day
want to
game.
hear that shit. I'll give you 2 options. I'll let you pick which bet you want to take. This is how motherfucking confident I am.
Okay.
All right, that's why David Carter pissed on your team anyway. You already got the hex on you. Like I said, it's all about 11 wins. Y'all have to get 11 wins. It's either a 6-pack, we can do that deal, or if you really feeling it and feeling your squad, we could always bet a bottle.
Where do you think they're going to finish?
I give them 9 wins at best.
So are you saying playoffs?
They're not going playoffs.
Okay.
They will
Let's
sniff.
Let's sweeten the deal
They will. I'll put you like this: they will sniff the wild card race, but as soon as they get a sniff, they will fall.
Let's sweeten the deal then. 11 wins, bottle. Playoffs, 6-pack. So you got 2 ways to win.
No, that's backwards. We know we go flip it. That's backwards. This is what we'll do. If they get 11 wins, it's a 6-pack.
Okay.
If they get 11 wins and they make it to the playoffs, the 6-pack's negated, you get a bottle.
Okay.
That's how we'll do it. Now, if they don't get 11 wins or make the playoffs, trying to think how this works for me. I'll put it to you like this. This is what I'll say. If they get 10 wins and don't make the playoffs, I get a 6-pack. If they get under double-digit wins and no playoffs, I get a bottle.
Okay.
So make sure you write that little.
Because I'm pretty sure if they get double-digit wins, they will be in the playoffs. You know how disheartening that is to go 10-6. I know teams have done it before.
It's not guaranteed. The Afc West, the AFC is stronger this year than what people realize. Because you got to factor in, there are 2 teams from every division.
Yeah.
So they get off to a slow start. That can be a detriment to their health. So we go recap this one more time, just to make sure we're on the same page. If they get to the playoffs No, they get 11 wins, you get a 6-pack.
Right.
If they get into the playoffs, you get a bottle instead. If they get less than double-digit wins, I get a bottle. But if they get 10 wins but no playoff, I get a 6-pack. So I don't know if the Raiders got it in them. Oh, they in Vegas. They just know how to gamble. We gonna see.
You know.
Now, last year, well, 2 years ago, we was doing this. I lost to Nelson in the March Madness. I ain't losing this shit. March Madness, that's a roll of the dice game. This shit I live and breathe. I know. I ain't worried about it. I know what's gonna happen.
Okay. Yeah, I know you know football, but I know my squad too. I know my squad, and they are not where they were last year. They are
Oh, they're
leaps
not.
and
They're
bounds
not.
better.
They're better, but I know that brother's putting pressure on little brother,
Would you say that
and
they're at
that's not
least 3
helping.
games better than they were last year?
I give them a game
So you think they're only 1 game better?
because I ain't. The reason why I say that because I haven't seen anything. I can't give them 3 when I've seen nothing.
Okay.
And at the same time, I haven't seen any improvement or moves been made on that roster, and that's the big eyesore. But at the same time, I'm not invested like you are. So the moves that have been made. I don't.
Yes.
So we will see.
That defense has gotten stout. They've got some linebackers that can run with these tight ends, which is what they needed. Gruden, I see his plan. Most teams, most coaches go into a season trying to figure out the best thing they can do to get their team to the Super Bowl. Those are just words. How can I get my team to a Super Bowl? Gruden has specifically said, how can I beat Kansas City? He understands that the only way you getting out of this thing is to give Kansas City a run for their money.
And that's the
Otherwise,
thing
it's
right
not going to
there.
work.
That's the thing. You shouldn't focus on us because we could stumble. Mahomes could get hurt. And that's the problem with the league right now. The league has turned to like the NBA, to where you're equipped just to beat one team. And you don't know nothing about nobody else.
Right. I see what you're saying, but remember, he's not just trying to beat the Chiefs. He's trying to be the Chiefs. He wants a high-powered offense and a stout defense.
Hold on. Pause that. Rewind and say it again. He what?
He said he not only wants to beat the Chiefs, he wants to be like the Chiefs. And
say it one more time for me. Say it one more time.
I'll say it one more time for you. He wants to be like the Chiefs. They're the champs,
That's
right?
all I need to hear. I don't need to hear nothing else.
They're the champs,
Everybody
right?
want to be great. Not everybody can live great.
Okay, you have your fun, but I'm just
You damn right I am.
I'm telling you what I see because of what I know. And Gruden is a lot smarter than people give credit for. A lot of people see Gruden as that guy from ESPN Monday Night Football. No, he was a coach
smart
long
on that.
before that. Yeah, he knows his football. He knows his football. And everybody wants to say, well, he doesn't like Carr. He wants his own quarterback. Carr's been his quarterback. And he knows that his system is one of the most difficult systems to run in the league. It takes 2 or 3 years to get the system. Carr's in the 3rd year with this system. Carr's finally in the 3rd year with the same offensive coordinator, the same system. He's going to flourish because the last time he was in that position, he flourished under Jack Del Rio.
Oh, Del Rio's an asshole. So
yeah, but if you can flourish under Del Rio, why can't you flourish under Gruden? And if he didn't break that leg in that last game of the season, they would have went deep in the playoffs.
I really don't know. We can assume. We can assume a lot of things. I don't know. But we'll find out starting tomorrow what's going to happen. It's like I told my friend yesterday, this morning, last night, how we're going to look at it. Because his whole thing is he don't think the league's going to happen, this, that, and the third. Everybody's thinking shit ain't going to happen. But like I told him, these owners put their players in a bubble. Let them know, hey, practice home. Don't do nothing else. Practice home. And a lot of players is, following that. My thing is it's a 17-week season. Ain't guaranteed that's going to work the whole season. only work for the NBA is because this first time in years we've gotten games, boom, 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 to where you ain't got time to do shit else.
Right.
NFL is too physical for that. So it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen. But like I tell you, like I tell him, if the Chiefs lose tomorrow, I won't be surprised. Because who have they played? You know, who's anybody played? The league about to look real ugly for about 5 weeks. You go get a surprise team that's leading the pack, that by week 8, reality will set in, and they'll start going on that downward slope. Cleveland might come out the gate 4-1. Well, we know that ain't Cleveland. By the end of the league, end of the season, they'll be 6-10. You know, that'll be the Cleveland that we know. Exactly. So it's one of the things where these next 4 weeks, I'm not going to invest a lot because we wasn't given a lot to invest. All we can do is watch what's in front of us and don't worry about the rest. So this is going to be interesting to see. I look forward to it. But just know, when you lose, I like my crown chill on ice. Just know that. So I can be on my
I'm going to
deck.
strap it to the roof of my car in the dead of winter, and I'm going to drive all the way up there. That way it'll be nice and chill for you.
You ain't got to drive up here. I don't want to see you, peasant. You can send it by mail.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. All right. You got anything before we get out of here?
No. This was a good one. You know, you can't never go wrong talking sports. Next week, we'll be back to diverse topics and things of that nature. As always, I appreciate you, for the talks and things we got. I don't have nothing to preach about today. I just want to give you a good laugh. For some reason this morning, I was in retro mode. I went back to our old ones. I just wanted to see what my closer was. And I finally saw it. And this gonna sound wrong. It's not meant to, but our old work was trash. It was trash. it was trash. This is better. This is leaps and bounds better because technology is better. The way you had to chop stuff up and everything and see all the headphones all chunky hanging off your ears and shit or whatever, that shit was trash. That shit was so PBS, after school special, so monotone and just, so what do you think? What do you think? How's everything? How are you today? Being all formal, giving first and last names and everything. I was like, is this a podcast or a dissertation? What's going on? It was trash. You could tell we didn't know what the fuck we was doing. And I said, man, it got better toward the end, but it just, I guess compared to now, it didn't feel like there was any life in it. It was just like something to do. I think now there's more life in it to where you definitely more energetic. I'm more energetic. And it don't sound like two monotone light-skinned niggas talking. It got a little bit more vigor to it or whatever. But yeah, I look back and I was just like, oh my God, what was we doing? Definitely. And I saw the better episodes was when we had guests, because it's just like the flow was different. Cause it was like, I don't want to say a competition, but it was more stagnant, more consistent. But yeah, that trash. A lot of those is trash.
Just a real quick disclaimer for everybody that doesn't know what Kevin's talking about. A couple years back, we did have a YouTube show called From Our Point of View, and it is still up. You can still find it because due to technology, nothing's ever lost on the internet. It's always there.
But I need to go into the black hole.
I will agree with him. The technology wasn't there. Things didn't work right. We did it. If I'm correct, during that show, we recorded our parts, and you would send them to me, and then I would have to splice them together.
I would record off the laptop, send you the audio, the video or whatever, and you would have the audio because we would have called each other on our phone or whatever, and you would chop it up. That's when we couldn't do just a straight audio like we can now with Zoom and all that, and I forgot whatever else it is that you use or whatever. So it was just trash. It was, man. Then sometimes the Dropbox didn't want to work. I mean, it would take like 3-4 hours for me to be able to Dropbox stuff to you or whatever. It just that That shit was crazy. I'm glad those days are long gone. Cause that, oh my God, that was crazy.
Yeah, but
That was, it was fun though.
but
It
you're
was
right. It
fun.
is a learning experience.
Yeah.
We have come a long
Technology wasn't
way,
ready back then. If you didn't
and
have money back then, technology wasn't ready like it is now.
and even on this show, we are getting better every day. We're getting better every day, and hopefully we continue to get better as time progresses.
Well, we need to get better. There's so many different avenues to where at some point we can put some stuff together and send it out to try to get picked up. But I don't know if you saw today, Charlemagne now has his own network with iHeart.
Mm.
Amanda Seals has her own network. You know, Loudspeaker Network is looking for more people. There's networks out there looking for more podcasts to invest in. So it's all about us on what we do, how we do, when we do.
That's true.
Yeah. You know, I'm the type of person where I know I'm never going to be a lawyer like I wanted to be in life. I'm now switching my mind to radio and things of that nature, you know, whether it be sports, you know, talk like this, music or whatever. I love to do that. And the opportunity really is out there. Just got to put in the work and reach out, or wait for it to reach out to you. Right now, I don't think we're ready to reach out to anybody unless we get about 40, 50 in the can, then we can, boom, let's, you know, package these together and send these out or whatever.
We are getting there though. This is
Yeah.
number 24 right here. So we've only been doing this for 24 weeks. So
Yeah. So,
and even if you take this show and compare it to the first one, number 1 to number 24, uh we are leaps and bounds better. Um it's a whole lot better. And I agree with you. When we get to 40, there will be an even bigger difference. And
yeah.
it's plenty of pie out there. We just got to go out there and get ours.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my man. I'm gonna wrap it up then. And just like you appreciate me, I appreciate you. It's been real. It's been fun. I can't wait to get my 6-pack. Um, go on ahead and take us home, bro.
I like the record to state. He said 6-pack, not bottle. So he know his team ain't going to the playoffs. Thank you for that admittance. I
11,
appreciate it.
11 wins will get you to the
Appreciate that
playoffs.
admittance.
11
I
wins will get you
appreciate
to the
that.
playoffs.
That's it. And I guess this is why it was meant for me to watch the old ones, because it's only fitting for me to end it with in the home of the Chiefs. Holler at your boy, but don't yell.
Stay positive. Stay blessed, everybody. Good night.